When Zeus was found, he was no more than 3 weeks old, just a kitten. But the horrors he had endured made him look far older than his days. He had been dumped like garbage, abandoned on the side of the road, trembling from hunger, pain, and fear. But what struck the rescuer most wasn't his fragile size. It was his face. His tiny face had been slashed, mutilated in a way that no one could understand. Both of his eyes gone. Someone had done this to him. Someone had looked into the face of a defenseless kitten and chose cruelty. Zeus lay there, barely breathing, with no way to call for help, no sight, no strength, just silence. When the rescuer bent down and picked him up, her hands shaking, her heart shattered. She tried to hold back her tears, but failed. The pain Zeus carried was unbearable, and the anger toward whoever did this burned deep. But so did something else, an unwavering promise. "You're safe now. No one will ever hurt you again." He was rushed to the veterinary clinic, where the team confirmed what the rescuer already feared. Zeus would never be able to see again. His eyes had been damaged beyond repair. But his life was still worth fighting for, and so the fight began. Zeus's journey wasn't a story of days or weeks. It became a story of 347 weeks, nearly 7 years of patience, healing, and unconditional love. The first few weeks were the hardest. Zeus wouldn't eat unless hand-fed. Every touch made him flinch. Every sound made him freeze. The trauma had cut deeper than the physical wounds, but his rescuers refused to give up. They talked to him softly, letting him hear their voices. They played gentle music to soothe his anxiety. They brought him warm blankets, soft beds, and the consistency of kind hands. Slowly, week by week, Zeus began to respond. Week 5, he turned toward the sound of his rescuer's voice. Week 12, he purred for the very first time. Week 20, he began to explore. Timid steps, ears alert, whiskers leading the way. Even without eyes, Zeus was learning how to live in the world again. His caretakers were his guide, his family, his source of safety. They made sure his space was familiar and predictable. They gave him toys with sound and texture. They celebrated every small win. The first time he found his food bowl on his own, the first time he leapt onto a couch by memory. Zeus started to trust again. His fur grew thick and soft. His body, once malnourished, grew stronger. He gained weight, confidence, and even a sense of play. He would chase the sound of a jingle ball, curl up in his rescuer's lap and press his face, his sweet, scarred face, into the hands that had saved him. And then something beautiful happened. He chose to stay. The woman who rescued him never once considered giving him up. Their bond had grown too deep. Zeus was no longer just a rescue. He was family, her companion, her shadow, her silent reminder every day that love can heal even the deepest wounds. Zeus became a symbol of resilience. His story was shared across social media and featured in local newspapers. People from around the world sent messages of support, of heartbreak, of hope. They couldn't believe how a blind, abused kitten had grown into such a strong, happy, and deeply loved cat. Zeus never got his sight back, but he didn't need it, because Zeus could feel love in every moment. He could feel it in the gentle touch of a hand, in the softness of a blanket warmed by the sun, in the steady heartbeat of the one who held him each night. Zeus's story is not just about survival, it's about transformation. From a mutilated kitten discarded by the world, to a beloved companion who taught others the meaning of compassion. But Zeus is not alone. There are thousands, millions of animals out there just like him, abandoned, hurt, blinded by cruelty, waiting for someone to see their worth, waiting for someone like you. So if this story touched your heart, don't let it end here. Volunteer at a local shelter, donate if you can, every dollar helps. Adopt and give a second chance to a soul who's forgotten what love feels like. Let's create a world where no animal is thrown away, where even the blind, the broken and the scarred are cherished for who they are. Because every life matters, and every Zeus deserves a chance to see the world, not with eyes, but with love.